You got 30 minutes to be incredibly bored and then wonder why you did this anyway? So do I. Come on. I'm just kidding. I got a whole bunch of videos. You're going to love it. It's going to be great, fantastic, or I'll give you your money back, all right?
You know what's really unsettling about D'Angelo's passing? The end of this year marked 30 years since his debut album, Brown Sugar, dropped. The same album that made him a neo soul legend. And oddly, when I went to his Instagram, I didn't see any posts, almost as if they were deleted. Very interesting. But if that's not strange enough, remember Angie Stone. The mother of his child passed earlier this year, too. Their son lost both parents within months, and that's heartbreaking. But what really gets me is the pattern. Angie had just been speaking out about the Universal owing her money.
We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals.
And not too long after she's gone, I don't know, that just doesn't seem right. And let's remember Whitney Houston wanted her masters before she mysteriously passed away, as well as Prince. He was trying to get his masters from Warner Bros. And he dies from natural causes. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible for D'Angelo to have passed from natural causes. Things like that do happen, but for him to pass right around the 30-year anniversary for his debut album, when he would have finally owned his masters, it just feels a little too convenient for the industry. But let me know what y'all think.
It's almost like they took people who had an amazing talent, had no money, and no idea what a contract even really was, and then took advantage of them, huh?
¿Católica?
No, no soy católica, no soy religiosa.
La gente tiene que aprender que la Virgen de Guadalupe no hace milagros. Los yesos no andan haciendo milagros, ¿verdad que no? A mí ni Dios ni Gálvez me sacará de la presidencia. La Virgen de Guadalupe es solo un yeso, algo que sigue solo la gente ignorante, algo sin ningún valor real.
I know as Americans, we tend to not really care about other countries because our country is so massive. We have enough problems here, but they're right next to us, and a lot of drugs, prostitution, issues come from over there, human trafficking. I mean, there's so much going on over there, and they're brutal. They are brutal. And when President Trump asked her if she wanted some help dealing with them, considering them as terrorists, she said no. And what was it? 39 other candidates lost their lives in that presidency. And once she became president, she was shaking hands with people from, BlackRock. Well, let's just say they're willing to rebuild after things get destroyed, which, yeah, who doesn't want more money?
Humans are stirring up this whole process. They're encouraging it. And so what I ask people is, are the thoughts in your head, the intrusive thoughts, is it God can never forgive you for what you've done? Or is it God can never forgive me for what I've done, the pronouns? And it's typically it's you for what you've done, third party. And it's like, hey, that's a demon. And the people who tell me I'm telling it to myself, I'm like, hey, the demons have trained you on the script and now you're regurgitating the script.
Which is worse.
It's worse because it's closer to suicide, which is the inevitable. They can't kill us, right? It's Job. You can torment them but not kill them. And so they try to get us to kill ourselves. They torment us to the point of suicide. It's always the end goal. Take a player off the board and also hurt God in the process. It's a win-win for the demons.
All right, story time, everybody. So my son was born with trisomy 18, and they said he wasn't going to make it long. And they told us, he was in a lot of pain, that we should pull the plug. And I refused. I wouldn't do it. And they said, I was torturing him. It was better for him. And his mom signed the paperwork on it, and she always blamed me for that. Always said I wasn't a man. I was a horrible person because I put her in the spot where she had to do it. But I refused. And I've always been pro-life, especially ever since. And I get it. It would have been a nightmare, and I don't know. I'm sure he would have passed when we had him home. It was horrible, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. And when she told me, I wasn't a man for having her have to do it, it always bothered me. I didn't want her to do it either, but it always bothered me because those are regrets that I have. That's stuff that I have to live with. That's a stain on me that'll never go away. But I mean, did I make the right choice? I I don't. I mean, he still passed anyway, right? Still the horrible father who couldn't take care of him. So I mean, life sucks regardless, right? Try to smile, keep pushing. You'll be all right.
Korea's right there. Look, no lights at all. Then you turn around, look at this. The difference is insane.
And the craziest part, nobody crosses that bridge. There's no escape.
Imagine being born there.
I heard that they have thought police, that people go around telling on others saying that they were thinking of doing something. I mean, it's bad enough they have to eat grass. So yeah, your life's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You will not believe what is happening in the United Kingdom right now. And I'm not talking about this protest. Yeah, there's a big protest. People are saying no to digital ID. But quietly, many different banking institutions in the United Kingdom just added a particular feature onto their app. And you will be absolutely shocked because people called this, oh, no big deal, a few decades ago, and now what's happening. Check this out. As of today, a United Kingdom bank starts monitoring carbon footprint of what you buy. NatWest has updated their banking app, so it will now monitor your carbon footprint based upon what you purchase. This will soon be tagged to your digital ID, no doubt. So check this out. Fun and leisure, 244 kilograms of CO2 emissions. They're calculating your emissions. And right now it's just like a fun thing for people to track, like, how much did I emit? But eventually it will be, excuse me, you have reached your daily quota. And you don't want to emit any more carbon than this because then we will freeze your account or something. Now, I know it's right now this is happening all the way in the UK. It's not here yet, so everything's chill. But I can tell you, it all becomes first voluntary. Right now, they're launching digital ID throughout many different states. And right now, it is literally voluntary. But I can tell you, once 60, 70, 80% of people have voluntarily got the digital ID because there's some convenience or maybe there's a fee, like a discount you get if you have a digital ID. Eventually, once the percentage is high enough, it will become, hey, you have until this and this date to get a digital ID. This is the whole plan. It's a slow roll. We need to say no to this because otherwise we have some very unfortunate situations coming around in the future.
Excuse me, sir, you can't have that meat or cheese. You've gone past your carbon footprint, and looks like you're not going to be able to eat for the rest of the month. We would like you to leave the building and get out of here immediately. Are those your starving children? Get a life, buddy. Get a life.
My worst cases of possession was a Catholic guy, young guy, maybe 25-ish, and up in Nashville. He's out drinking. The bars are closing, and he says to his buddies, let's go get some drugs. And the guy goes, oh, I know a place. So they go to this house in a neighborhood at like 2 a.m. Think about this. You're knocking on somebody's door at 2 a.m. Like, you got to be thinking, this is a little crazy. Mm-hmm. Who does that? And they open the door, they come in, and it's lit by candle, and there's upside down crucifixes and pentagrams around on the walls. And I said to this young man, when I'm interviewing, I go, like, what happened to your spidey senses? Like, nothing went off when you saw this stuff? He's like, I just wanted the drugs. So he gets some, I think it was crack. As soon as he smoked it, he felt the demon enter him. And that was the beginning of about a 6-month ordeal to get it out. And he knows it happened from the drug because the drug probably had a curse on it to attach demons to it. So if you're buying, well, I would have said years ago, if you're buying stuff off the street, you don't know what you're getting, truly, both in the natural and
I just wanted the drugs. No true words have ever been spoken, right? I just wanted this. I just wanted that. Be careful, because you're going to get something that you just did not want at all.
Book of Enoch describes exactly what happened to these giant ancient trees. It describes how these were cut down by the angels to flood the Nephilim giants reaching 4,500 feet tall. And I believe once these trees were fell, the waters rushed out from below as the waters poured from above. The same can be seen today in the smaller trees. When their roots hit the underground water lines and they're chopped down, they will start gushing water like water fountains. Now imagine that with trees that stretched to the heavens. It says there were about 200 of these trees. And in the many years of looking into this, I would say that's about an accurate number. Perhaps even more. Many are still left to be uncovered, buried right beneath the surface of what we just think are nothing but hills. There was a reason why the book of Enoch, along with 14 other books, were conveniently removed from today's version of the Bible. It painted a far too accurate picture of the true nature and history of this realm. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
I used to laugh at the thought that everything was metaphors. So just hear me out when he says that 200 of these mighty trees were cut down by other angels. Could that be the 200 that fell? As in like the 200 craters that they made when they hit the ground? You see the craters, they're not at an angle. I've never heard of a meteor hitting just straight down 200 times. But I don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible, right?
They don't even need to see you, record you. As long as they're hearing you typing something, maybe they hear you on a docs document you think is not public, but Google's listening. I don't believe in X agenda. I don't believe in Y agenda or whatever agenda. Now that could be reported to the police, because we talked about it last year too, how Google was scanning through everybody's Google Drive. Like the big thing was that Kanye Champs interview. And when they found anybody who had the Kanye Champs interview in their Google Drive, they just deleted it. And it says, we deleted it because it violates policy. And then those two fathers had pictures of their children naked because they needed to send them to their doctors. And this was all verified by the hospital, but Google cited that as inappropriate material. And the police came to those people's houses to arrest the fathers. And so now if they can hear you typing, they don't even need photos, they don't need videos, they can hear this person, because 95% accuracy, if you could prove that in a court of law, I mean, that's just as good as a picture. This person was typing this stuff. You say, I don't have it. They're going to trust AI. AI says, I don't care if you deleted it or not. We have the audio file, and we can tell what you're typing. And it's all fugazi because there's no document. So you type this and then you delete the document. Where's the proof? We got the audio file. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how do you know? AI says so. And they can start making this junk up what's on this audio file.
Man, you used to be able to just scrub your history. Now they're going to know everything I'm into, even when it's late at night. And like my girl is gone and the AC's on full blast and all the blinds are closed, and I had to make a sandwich after with the Gatorade because I'm hungry and thirsty. My abs hurt the next day for some reason. I don't even know why. That's a weird one. But my leg hurts too. I got a cramp in my butt. I don't know why. I've been working on it. I've been asking the doctor about it. He gave me some advice, but I don't really know.
So an I and a J are synonymous with each other in dates. And also, like the coins I showed you, synonymous with the name of God. Don't forget, Jesus' name on the cross was in Greek, Latin, and Hebrew, being Yehoshua, Jesus, and Jesus. So back to the dating system being weird, the night the stars fell. Was that really in the 1800s, or was that kind of way back there? Alright, now we're back to the Geneva Bible, 50 and 70 for hints. Revelations chapter 13, what do the footnotes say? Why is it talking about Emperor Nero? And literally written right in the footnotes, here's a depiction of the Roman Empire when the beast is coming out the ocean? Meaning Rome because it was the fifth government? And with Rome being like a beast, and in the first century we had Nero Caesar, and the money shows him turn from man to God? But more than just a god, Apollo! Apollyon, the light bringer. Look at the spines on his head. That grew over time. Did you also know that Nero Caesar literally had a statue made of him? Look at the spines on the head. Okay, why have I man depicted as Lucifer right here? And what's it really mean that the shackles are broken off the feet of Lucifer or Apollo? Fun fact, did you know Nero is the one name that equaled both 666 and 616 depending on the language? Both of them. Y'all still with me? We're about to get into the future of where we are now. By the way, this is the UN's decision-making room. Showing right here a beast with a mortal wound by a sword, and also some kind of stork that shedded its skin like a snake. And we also have some kind of marriage going on with this dude right here giving a fruit to this girl. Who is the god of this world? Who's controlling this world? I told you guys from the beginning of this video, it's going to be a hard one, but if you are open to all information that leads to be true, then maybe you will be able to find out what's going on right now. It's the only way, is to understand what was so you can understand what is now. Back to Revelations 13 in the Geneva Bible. Now, the footnotes were written by John Calvin. Remember though, footnotes are not scripture. They're just people from that era, from that time running what they think. But still, it talks about Satan being loose in the hole, And it says that Satan will be loosed from his 1,000-year prison when Sylvester II Pope is on the scene. The reign of Christ is until Pope Sylvester II Pope. Now it gets pretty weird right here. You ask Google, who's the second Pope? Pope Linus? You gotta dig. When I mean dig, I mean Google straight up took his name out, basically. But I did find him from a book that was in the 1500s, or was it I-500? J500. Sylvester Perios and his Golden Roll. Golden Roll, huh? Born in 1456. This is Pope II. Google calls him Italian theologian, but this ancient book that's in the Vatican's library called the Beehive of Roman Catholicism from the 1500s calls him the Pope. Here's the problem though. All dates, all facts, everything is moved around. We know nothing. All I hope for this video is that we can acknowledge that we really know nothing in the grand scheme, and there's so many hidden things in our past that seem to be very significant. So we have this doomsday map that was brought forth by necromancies, a divine or a witch who talked to a demon. I wonder if there's any merit here. Do you remember when Arby's just made this commercial, The Return is Here, talking about like aliens and stuff, their dumb potato cakes? Do you remember a few years ago when Nashaw did this randomly? Look where we are right now. Do you remember when the Pentagon came out and said this about 1 year ago? I hope you've read it by now. And then back to the UN's decision-making room mural, with the beast with a mortal wound by sword, and the shedding of the skin. You get what I'm saying? And then we have the Pope, which that same Geneva Bible talks about the Pope also playing a role in Revelations 13. We have him opening all those portals for Christmas in the Jubilee year. The final hour, or the final hour. All I've done in this video is give you information.
Did you see how fat and gross he got? His neck grew 3 sizes. How is that turning into a god? Are all gods fat, disgusting people? He went from handsome to...
Y'all, I don't know what timeline we in, but all I know is shit is getting dark. This lady walked inside. I think this is a hospital. She walked up to this lady. The lady gets up from her chair to greet her, and she tries to bite her, y'all. I'm talking about take a chunk out of her neck or her head, something. All I know is she tried to bite her, y'all. I'ma play the video. Y'all look at this shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Look at this shit, y'all.
She looks so nice walking up.
What? Bruh. What are you doing in this situation? Is that a demon or witch? Which one? That shit is crazy, fool. I don't know what's going on right now, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think she was. A witch? A demon? Like what? What would make someone walk up like that and just try to bite somebody? A zombie? She didn't look like a...
Everybody thinks they're Rick or Negan. Some pop off. Everybody turn into Eugene. I got ideas. I'm gonna be in the back.
We just gotta live. We just gotta live. We just gotta live. I wonder who it's from.
What can it be, boys and girls? My tax refund? My food stamp card? Or maybe it's a restraining order? Eviction notice? You have been ordered to pay the amount of $5,000. If you're not able to pay this amount in 3 days, you will be forcibly removed from the premises. That's not good, boys and girls. They trying to kick your old pal Ben on the streets. But that's okay. I got a game we can play. We're going to play a game of hide and go seek. It's where they hide the money and I go seek it. I'll call my good friend Sophia. One of her clients at the strip club has a whole bunch of money. Hey, Sophia, bitch, they're trying to kick me out. Come pick me up so we go hit that lick. Meet me on the corner.
Oh, that's terrible.
Your boy Ben Williams always gets that money. Goodbye.
Oh, that's terrible. Who came up with that?
The smoke alarm going off always kills me. I thought about putting it in the background, but I figured people would actually believe that that's my house and I live like that. So, yeah, y'all racist. Racist. Be honest, how many people are like me and the first time you ever seen something was online like that? Check it out. Check it out, though.
Black tried to use comedy to soften what he said, and it worked, as most people received it as just another joke. The thing is, it's not a joke. This is what Jack Black is choosing to represent. We can find so many photos of Jack Black showing exactly who he has chosen to serve. In this photo, we can see Jack Black and his Hollywood friends forming a pentagram by connecting their fingers together. I also discovered that Jack Black is a worshiper of Baphomet, as in this photo here, we can see him wearing devil horns looking very similar to Baphomet. And in this photo, he is wearing a Baphomet shirt. We already know these celebrities worship the goat, and they love to make ritual offerings to it, something the Freemasons got caught doing ages ago. This is what these celebrities are still doing, making ritual offerings to Baphomet for a good fortune. Jack Black shows throughout his career that he's obsessed with the goat demon, as he even honored him in his movies. In Jack Black's 2006 movie, The Pick of Destiny, we saw just how much Jack Black is into the devil. The whole movie was about the devil and how celebrities sell their souls to become rock stars. In the movie, Jack Black had to find a magical guitar pick that belonged to the devil, and according to Jack Black, would make them legends. I can honestly make a full video on this movie, so if you guys would like to see that, let me know below. I'm a part of a comedy band called Tenacious D, and they constantly show their love for Baphomet. In this photo, we can see Tenacious D chained to Baphomet, as both members have horns on their head while standing in a pentagram. This photo is obviously Baphomet, showing exactly what these celebrities are into. It's obvious what this photo represented. Jack Black selling his soul to the devil to be the star he is today. We can often find Jack Black praising the devil for all he has provided him, like we saw him do in an award show back in the 2000s.
It's always been strange to me how so many of them in Hollywood are all into the devil like that. I mean, Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, you're still not into the devil. I mean, who's praying to him except for you trying to sell your soul or other people's just to get some money and fame out of it? It's very weird. And then we give them all of our money and go see their stuff. I personally, I don't look at them. I try not to give them energy, and the only reason I'm bringing it up to talk about it is just to tell you how I feel about it. Do whatever you want. I'm not telling you either way. But I remember we only got mad at them because they said something about Trump. I mean, they could talk about how much they want to hook up with the devil and give him a lap dance, but we're okay until he says something bad about the president. It's just weird.
So y'all, I went down the rabbit hole. Y'all know there's like 9 Statue of Liberties around the world. Here's one. Guess where it's at? Ukraine. Of course, this one's in Tokyo. Paris. What? El Salvador. Denmark. Look at that, y'all. And look at the address. That's weird, y'all. Paragold. Rio de Janeiro. Northern New York. Y'all, that is crazy. Now I get it.
Do you really feel that the Statue of Liberty was about Satan? I mean, the Big Apple, the whole fact that it's got the chain being broken on his leg and people say that that's him coming out of the pit, or is that really about liberty and our freedom? I mean, it's two lenses. Which one do you want to look at and how do you want to see it?
And discovered that Chang's other head was an undeveloped twin that had somehow become entangled with Chang's body. The second head, doctors believe, had been meant to be another person. The theory is confirmed by the existence of a slight hump on Chang's back, still another part of the undeveloped twin's body. Test of his sight, sense of taste, and hearing show expected impairment on the right side of his face. Perhaps the most startling discovery is the physical connection between the action of both heads. Medical teams suspect that Chang's twin is an intergrowth, sharing in every respect Chang's autonomic nervous system. The laboratory tracking begins to define Chang's connection to his twin. A startling discovery is made in the course of testing. Chang's twin, in fact, has its own primitive brain.
When can he eat from the side head? When he's talking shit, is he talking out the side of his neck? Is it? Can he eat two girls out at once?
לא נוגעים, משאירים שלם את החייל, מאוד חשוב, אבל לוקחים מאחרים. ממי? אז עכשיו השאלה מי, ותדמיינו ממי לוקחים. בתקופות מסוימות לקחו מפלסטינאים, ואחר כך זה היה עולים חדשים, עובדים זרים. זה נחשב בנק גדול ביחס לעולם? זה הכי גדול בעולם.
הכי גדול בעולם?
כן.
מה אחוז התרומות ביחס לאנשים בישראל? כלומר, איזה אחוז...
למה צוחקת? כי זו שאלה מאוד מוזרה. אני לא יכולה להגיד לך, הוא כל כך קטן.
אז שאלה לא מוזרה, תשובה מוזרה.
תשובה מוזרה. לא, התשובה לא מוזרה.
I heard that the person who receives your donation can start to take on characteristics of the person who did it. Like there was a case where 2 or 3 different people committed suicide after they received something from someone who had committed suicide. Yeah, I wonder, they need to test that more and find out about that. I mean, it's not like you're going to turn into a whole different person, but if personality traits do come with you, that's really interesting and scary depending on who you got it from.
When you take a light and can literally move it by shining the light on these pieces of obsidian, and literally the thing starts moving based off of light. It's going to be studied at a lab here in America. It is in America, it's safe and sound, but it's quite the project to get in there innovatively and understand how it works. And so there's a team that's working on it in California. What could the power source be? I think magnetic. If I had to guess, it's something to do with magnets. Okay. And if you look at Nikola Tesla's work and some of the things he was working on patent-wise, things that he figured out possibly that may have related to this, and maybe even why his research is still not released to us today. What's interesting is both those sensors, if you put it outside, it'll follow the sun based on where the sun is in the sky. The sun will be hitting one or other of those, I don't know what to call them, just the obsidian pieces, and it'll hold it in a position based on the light. So as the sun moves across the sky, the dish will move.
I'm shocked at the stuff we find and we call them primitive. I wonder if they would come to the future and see the way we design things and all the stuff that we have and call us barbaric.
We took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti.
No way.
I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media and mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon.
Dance focus groups for male what? is that like they brought in a bunch of men, had them dance and say, was that good? Or should we turn them around and try again? Because if you ask me, and I'm in that kind of focus group, yeah, none of that makes sense, right? But give them another $1 million. Otherwise, we need to shut the government down. This is bullshit.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
So I heard the backstory on that is he told her to stand in this line if you had 2,000 to give. But to put her on blast because she didn't come with another 800. I mean, people are starving out here. People are homeless. Nobody has money. And you're not even begging for the money. You're demanding it from your parishioners. That's despicable.